Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from our sponsor. The Daily Compliance News for November 9, 2022, the photography edition. And we begin with that story from the Financial Times as the UBS Chief Risk Officer, Christian Bloom, has resigned from the Swiss bank to become a full-time photographer. Even the FT announced or opined this was a rather unusual career change, but apparently it's what the 53-year-old German wants to do. We have to give him a tip of the hat as he has helped UBS navigate a better path than its rival Credit Suisse. Next up, the cryptocurrency firm Binance has moved to buy its rival crypto exchange FTX in a major industry shakeup. As reported by the Washington Post, it is moving to acquire the rival because of the rival's decimated financial status and the fact that another loss of a company of this size could really put a serious dent in the burgeoning crypto world. Binance CEO said on Twitter the companies had signed a letter of intent to move forward with the deal, which FTX sought in the face of cascade of customer withdrawal requests, which it was struggling to meet. Nothing like a run on the bank to get you focused. Next up, the First Energy case. You just have to say this is one of the most cursed, ongoing, effed up matters that you can ever imagine. Of course, First Energy, massive fine and penalty for its massive bribery and corruption in the state of Ohio. And now 2 plaintiffs' firms who are pursuing shareholder actions are at each other's throats. One is the lead counsel, Robin Gellers, and one is counsel Leif Cabraser, Hyman, and Bernstein, who represent the opt-out plaintiffs, and they have accused each other of really some in-house and infighting that is beyond the pale even for the bare knuckles world of shareholder suits. What's really striking about this is they're on the same team. They both represent shareholders. So just when you think this case couldn't get any worse, well, it did. Finally, Elizabeth Holmes had her motion for new trial denied, paving the way for her to be sentenced next month for defrauding investors. On Monday, he rejected her request for a new trial, and so it looks like Elizabeth Holmes is finally going to have to pay the piper, or at least get sentenced. It's unclear if she'll be allowed to remain on bail during the pendency of her appeal. One more step in the Holmes saga. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.